Alright, let's keep going through the tunnels and the river. I think we have to get the other access point somewhere along here to actually kill the little Estelle. I should really have the sacrificial axe just in my offhand for the little bit of FP regen. That'd probably be a good idea. No, I'm gonna go do that. It's not that hard. Boss fight's easy. Biggest concern will be weight. And I don't think the weight of the axe is too bad. There we go. You're over there. Just please. Don't you come up here. Okay, now we're safe. Everybody's gone. Let's check that axe. More specifically, the weight. Please do not... Ah, heavy load. I don't like that. I think it's wild how this thing is 5.5. It is heavier than everything else except the iron cleaver. But that's it. It's all in the head. If it were... Don't really have a good example. Even the Highland axe is more reasonable in size. But like a nice two-handed, not exactly a poleaxe, but close enough, I think that would have been great. People would actually use it. I would actually use it. Otherwise, it's too clunky. And the damage doesn't even make up for it. If I knew this thing was just like an absolute chopper, I'd be like, yeah, sure, why not? Is there any way I can drop my weight? Okay, no hat. So I think it's 3 FP per kill, so at 6 we get a free cast. Not like we really need to be budgeting FP that severely, but I'd like to not waste it. You know, perfectly good FP, might as well put it to good use. And if I can squeeze more out of it, I might as well. Did I miss something? I thought there was more to this end. Because I thought that led to Lake of Rot? Yeah. Because we get everybody's favorite googly-eyed monsters. And yeah, Lake of Rot. This is just the you can't do anything here spot. But damn, that looks ominous. I don't need the axe. I'll put my hat back on. Actually, we'll go Night Helm for the moment. Yeah, I think Angval is going to be the MVP here if I can. No, I have to drink. Boo. Go, Engvall, get hit while I throw rocks. I wish we'd gotten more out of the Dragonkin soldiers. They're such a cool enemy, and it feels like they were just kind of dropped, and they're like, yeah, they're here somewhere. Oh, we can't use it. I was like, oh yeah! Never mind. Actually, I was going through some of the spells and stuff. I'm gonna have to pour into Faith. Because if I want to use Gelmir sorceries, so Magma, I have to pour into Faith at least a little. Which kinda sucks, but also is a bit of just whatever. If it needs to get done, it needs to get done. I'm just trying to think. Now, we're gonna go health. My summons won't always be up. And that's all we have now. I want to say the other way up is through here. Could go fight Magma Worm Makar. Or no, I don't think that's Makar. I think that's just Magma Worm. Go fight him, get into here, I think find the other way down. Because that's a tower, that's... That's a Black Knife Assassin and another fight. But let's go try to get through the rest of here. And we can get Sorcerer's Isle done. Oh, I could go do the Crystal Tunnel. Or not the Crystal Tunnel, the cave underneath Rhea Lucaria. Oh, the Wise Beasts, why? Oh yeah, the weird ghost zombies. Turtle 1. Now, where be Turtle 2 and 3? I wish I remembered, because one place has one hanging on a cliffside. One place has one hanging on the side of the building. I just can't remember. Oh. I was really hoping they would have left a little image of them pointing somewhere. Kind of hate when people just leave random messages that aren't actually helping. Like, that's useful. You know, always cool. But then some people are just like, hey, try. And it's like, yeah, dude. Try. I'm seeking help for a reason. It's like, you're the reason people go to Faxtra Life. Yeah. Knew there was one hanging somewhere. Kind of wish we got an item. Like, not just memory spell slots, but actual items for each of these. Because, like, oh, Tetsu's Rise. Okay, who is Tetsu? I feel like you gotta be kind of important to get a tower. I did see people saying, like, Rosas's axe is good again, which is weird because I remember that thing and it was absolute butt. But if I find it again, I'll give it a whirl. You know, who cares? We'll give it a try. If it's good, it's good. If not, I'm just vindicated then. What? Yeah, I need to get a better staff. It's the spell scaling. It just sucks because if I want to use... I'll just use the one we get from Renala. Because I was going to say, oh, I'll use the Gelmir staff. I'm going to have to spend hours, probably, farming for the Gelmir staff. Because I've done it before. Just like with the Magma Blade, I sat around for hours with the item, or with the talisman that boosted drop chance. I had a good arcane scale, and I was still just like waiting, farming guys forever. Crap. Yes, I think I get jumped by a giant crab here. All for some soporific grease. Which is good. It's a good grease, just the value only really shines if you're using an Albinaric, their polearm, their ripple axe, and that's it. Because they have arcane scaling, so they actually improve the effectiveness. Everything else doesn't get as much of a benefit. Which I actually need to... I think I have an arcane guy. I need to play him again. Actually, I want to do something funny. Because I think it's poison darts on these guys. Yep. I love doing that. I wish there were more situations it was actually useful, but it's a fun little thing you can do. It feels shorter than normal. Yeah, they must definitely... I haven't followed patch notes in ages, so they had to nerf Ghost Flame Ignition at least a little. Oh well, we can't all have all the fun broken stuff forever. Oh, just thinking about the animation, because isn't this the I want to say that's the animation used for Lost Sinner's sword in DS2. I may be wrong. I haven't played Dark Souls 2 in ages. But I do remember like a lot of the animations in here are recycled. And I saw stuff where developers, Western devs, are like, oh, we need to get rid of the stigma of recycling things. I'm like, yeah, you, you should be just recycling things. Like, if you have a good sword swing, you don't need to remake the sword swing, just use the same thing. FromSoft has recycled a lot of stuff.
What do you need? I don't want any trouble.
Yeah, for the ballista bolt.
All done? Well,
But it's like recycling isn't a bad thing in games, you just can't recycle your whole game. Though I will forever complain that they definitely, FromSoft should have recycled and brought back dark damage. Because it's kind of weird that we have holy damage, but not what amounts to unholy damage. Plus, you could expand so many magic subcategories. Because you can have, as we have crystal magic, you can have dark crystal magic. Black flame could be dark fire, or you could leave it, in some cases, holy and fire, I think it is. But, I mean, you could make, I was going to say light fire, but that feels redundant. And angelic fire feels a little too on the nose, but the idea stands. I love my very diverse magic systems. There shouldn't be anything here. Yeah, I don't. You know, we're gonna test it because I don't remember if there's a bell-bearing hunter here or not. If there is, I'm screwed. If there isn't, cool. How did you die? That doesn't answer any questions I could possibly have. Yeah, I'm gonna venture a guess and say no. Because if there was a BBH here, they would have been over there. Oh, bats. That's what got people. Yeah, I understand. I kind of want to use Crystal Barrage against the Magma Worm. I think I'll hit him with rocks, knock him over, and then just hit him with a ton of shards and see how it pans out. Probably bad, but it might be funny. Ah, I just remember the sewers exist. I'm gonna hate the sewers. On the other hand, oh, I wish I had. I have the DLC, but I have definitely not in there yet. Beat Moog. I could, if I would have to go way around. But if I beat Dryleaf Dane and got his kicks, then I could put on the turtle shield. I don't have the turtle shield. I could put on the turtle shield and be a ninja turtle. Isn't this magical? One of me wires broke. Oh yeah, I should go get that stuff. I don't think it's valuable, but who cares? No, smithing 5, that's not bad. Nothing else to grab, though. Oh, that's gonna explode my shins. No, it didn't. I'm so accustomed still, after all these years, to normal Dark Souls fall damage, where if it's further than 2 feet, your shins explode. Everyone in, like, Boletaria, the lands betwixt, the other starting locations I can't remember, all apparently have, like, osteoporosis. Fire battle. What are we at? Somber... Oh, we need Somber 5. I was excited. I'm like, oh, we can get another level. Nope, not yet. No. I was about to say, wait a second, can I trip these early? But no. I was thinking I could send Ghost Flame over them and break them, but I don't think they count. We'll try it. For the science of it. Oh, you can. You know, I don't even care. Poison me. Here, I thought that trick wasn't gonna work. But I guess it makes sense it would. The traps are probably just considered destructible objects like everything else. It's just they destroy instead of bumping into them. Like having to actually impact them like a barrel or something. They just, if you come in contact, they break instantly. Which makes sense. That'd be the easiest way to make them. Let me target him. Thank you. Game was just not letting me. Yeah, I'm a little bummed that I have to pour into faith, especially with mine being so low. At that point, if I was thinking, I would have just started Wretch. Oh, Rock. Yep. I was like, how do I scale you? Somber 3. I can just buy those. That's what EG's for. Stop singing. I cast Rock. Damn, lady, get up. Taking forever. You got hit with a rock, not a brick. Calm down. God, like she got hit and just was just hanging out, just laying on the ground. It's like, oh, I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh, yep, you gotta go up. That's what I was thinking of. I was like, I have to do some goofy parkour somewhere along here. Remember the land octopus in this area? Oh, I remember. This is such a weird spot for a land octopus. I feel like they're just trying to come up with something to put up here. They're like, yeah, just put them up here, who cares? We can't put more bats up here, people get annoyed. Oh, you survived. Man, sometime I need to make the Serpent God's curved sword work. But it's just sacrificial axe, but for health. And if I'm really that hard up on getting health back, I just need to get great stars. Then I get bleed buildup, good damage, good stagger, 1% HP per hit. Man, I wish I had more incentive to use Lost Ashes of War. I think would have been cool is if you could combine them with a weapon with a unique ash, so like Ghost Flame Ignition or like the Hoarfrost Stomp the Axe, then you would get that as an ash instead of placing that ash elsewhere in the game. Because then you're incentivized to hunt down these items. Be like, oh, if you really like this effect but you want it on something else, you gotta find a Lost Ash of War. Whoopst? Oh, I can get the Blackguard guy and Trigoth. Yeah, sure, why not? I feel like these two combined are just gonna completely invalidate the fight, and I'm not wearing shoes. I just realized my guy's got his grippers out. Wouldn't catch me doing that. Let's go. And I can still summon help, which that is redundant. Oh, this is my car. Oh, I'm thinking of Theodorix. He's the one in Consecrated Snowfields. Ow. Lava hurt. Alright, let's just try to machine gun him then. Yeah, that sucks. I can just sling rocks. You know, I'm glad I died. Those two are not doing anything to help. I'll summon them again because I'm dumb, but I also can't. I can't just sit here and Crystal Barrage. Like, come on, Trigoth, you got the Giant Crusher. Just two-hand that thing and wallop him in the noodle. Should be an easy kill. Blackguard, he's got balls in his hands. I can't comment much. We've all been there. I don't know, Blackguard, maybe like attack the boss instead of following me. Look at that. That was good damage. I wish Magma Worm Greatsword was better. It's so cool looking. Even ignoring the faith scaling. But it's just like, that's your heavy. I understand as a jumping heavy, sure. But your basic heavy, that thing better be able to delete a man's soul through the internet if you hit him with it. But it doesn't. I wish I remembered where I get all the magma sorceries now. Because I need magma shot. Oh, it's Volcano Manor. You get it after doing the first quest. I just had to stop and think about it for a minute and eventually come to me. Because really that one, because it actually leaves the magma on impact instead of the cooler one that explodes. But also if that hits someone, it just is like, no, you don't get the magma effect now. But it's that one and then getting... I have to duplicate the Rykard's soul. Rykard's Rancor. That's what it is. Because I have to use... No, I'm not even going to fight these guys right now. I don't wanna. I have to go fight the dragon up here, who I believe will run from me. Go, Engval. Help a homie out. I thought the swing was a little higher. Thought I was safe on that one. Lesson learned. And I think he's gone now. I don't think he shows up again until Farum Azula. Which kind of sucks. If I had, two functioning brain cells, I would have probably just reflex dodged it anyways. Oh no, he's back. Thank you for giving me an opportunity at a round 2. God, that has reach. I was starting to ask myself if I was too far out. How is it Angball's just getting pounded, yet Lanciax is taking like no damage? It's not even summon level. Yep, there we go. I can get the teleport, which will be good. Because I just have to get through Lux Ruins, or right here.
I've been waiting for you. I knew you had this. I hereby take my hand.
Let's
Give me
go.
your hand. I will pray.
I also have to go back to Weeping Peninsula because I forgot the teleporter trap is where I need to go to get the talisman that gives you passive health regen.
Brave Tarnished. I am Tanith, Rias, a warrior. Perhaps you are prepared. Will you join us here? Why accept rise with us? Interesting. Now you belong. The drawing room lies down, but be sure. The drawing, use the key I handed you.
It's such a bummer that trying a perfumer build is only a thing in the DLC. Because it's such a cool idea, and then it's like, nah, you gotta be hustling to get that build going. It's like, man, that sucks. I just want to, you know, spray stuff everywhere and be a little weirdo with perfume bottles. Can run around and make every room smell like Axe body spray.
You. What in heaven's name are you? The Volcano Manor is a pit of... I hope you understand.
Well, as long as you...
I thought you were tarnished, bred by virtue. Perhaps playing that part led you to know that the path you walk, before you consider hunting any... This blast before you can...
Hello again. Has a scout under Lady Tan.
Yep, gotta go fight Old Knight Istvan. Oh, Patches isn't here yet. I could make the run for the map. But honestly, I'm weak as hell in this area already. I actually need to kind of go back and clear. I need to get to the tower. Tower of Return. I think. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Oh yeah, I just have Godric. I don't care enough to get his weapons, but I also don't want to use it just for ruins because it feels like a waste. Like, I've always hated that in the Souls games. It's like, oh, you can just turn it into just more XP, and I'm like, eh. But they're unique items. Even if I don't use them, I still want them. Alright, let's go. Yep, this is where I wanted to be. Yay. Oh, still can't leave. Now I can, okay, whatever. This could go poorly depending on the time of night. Or time of day. Which would be night. Which is bad. Yeah! I don't have to deal with Bell-bearing Knight. Though I will eventually probably want to. I hate Bell-bearing Knights, they suck. I wish the wolves would stop falling out of the trees. You know you live in a bad neighborhood when wolves fall out of trees to attack you. Yeah, we'll just Glintblade spam him to death. Works every other time, might as well work now. Wahoo! Now please give me my spell. I need to replace this stupid crystal barrage.
Did you read the letter left? That is the task. You will be compensated if you are loath to hunt, but you must leave this house. This is a war. We have no place.
I already did it, lady.
You've completed. I am pleased. This is...
Yay!
Never forget. The way is... It is the true path.
Riddle me this, Batman. Why do you have a Crucible Knight? Ooh, we can get the pizza cutter. Can't use it, but I can get it. Wish you could change the damage stats on it. I'd love to make it a magic pizza cutter. 10 faith, ain't that a kick in the nuts? I guess in the end I'll have to... God, 24 faith. But Ancient Death Rancor is so good. And Briar's of Sin is solid. Or not Briar's of Sin, the other one. Wish we got more frozen lightning spells. Those are fun. For some reason we just got that one, and they're like, yeah, that's good enough. Yeah! It totally isn't my, what is it? Ghost Flame Ignition being stupidly strong. I have skill, I swear. I don't even care if people think it's a crutch ability. It does what it needs to. Alright, let's get our first level of faith. Ugh. Because I want to get it before going in here, just so I can splatter the hands. I guess with that in mind, there's a few spots. We could double back here, and I think in here is a Tibia Mariner. Knock him out, ride on down, get the Tree Spear. Can't use it, but might as well collect it. Get this place marked. I was about to say I should do Laskyar Ruins, but it's also a Royal Revenant. I don't want to fight a Royal Rev. But if I can summon help, then I'm fine. I think the place with the Black Knife Assassin boss also has the Rosas' axe. I keep seeing people who are like, oh, the summons are actually really strong. I'm like, really? We're talking about the same, like, spell, right? Because last I checked, the actual spell of it is awful. Alright, we need to put you down temporarily. If I knew I wouldn't get absolutely spanked during the fight, I'd go do the Ever Jail for the got the one good talisman for charge spells. Because there's Radagon's one that's in Rea Lucaria, and then Godfrey's icon. If the bandit did bleed buildup, I think he'd be super good. Like, give me the skeletons from DS3, the Catacombs of Karthus, where they were like whacked out on crack, chasing you down, doing bleed damage. Or the spinny ghoul people outside of the Cathedral of the Deep. Those guys hurt. Yeah, spear. That's what I was doing. I was like, do I need to go down this way? I mean, really, do I need to go down this way? No. Crap. God, people apparently got bodied by the crab. And there's no reason to even fight him. Which is probably the worst part. Like, look at that. Strip of white flesh and crab eggs. All that effort just for people to get rolled by a giant crab. Such is life. Oh yeah, this way. Yeah, because there should be vulgar militia guys down here. Yep. They're attacking with their pocket fend. Cliff Bottom Catacombs. I don't remember this one. I think this might be the one that's got like the little patrolling, but I may be wrong. I'm probably wrong. But I'll come back here later. I was here to get a spear, and then I'll probably do the dungeon. Right, I'm not supposed to go down. Feels like such a weird spot. Like, all these vulgar militiamen are hiding down here with traps, and there's no reason to be down here, except one dungeon. I would have liked a little, like, couple tents and, like, a campsite hidden down there. So it's like, oh, hiding, striking out from here to ambush people. Because all it is putting some decorations down by where that last bit of loot is. Don't mind me, sir. I'm just taking your weird spear. Actually, is there anything else of value down here? No. Path just ends. Couldn't remember if there was a little bit of loot dropped further down. Ah, I just love it. He's down. Pelt rocks at him. Yeah, now I'm just trying to think. What what souls do I need to duplicate? Need Renala's duplicated. Maybe Rykard's. Because I want Rykard's Rancor. I could maybe use Blasphemous Blade, but I don't think I'll have the faith for it. Because I'm not trying to level faith to dip into that stuff. It's just kind of incidental. No, no loot. I thought there was something over here. Oh, that guy. Wow. That's like 600, 800 runes. That's what I was looking for. You contain... Oh, the 2 fingers. Okay. Yeah, that's just extra faith by 5. I could use it. It does get me my faith requirement. But I don't really want to burn a slot on that right now. Yeah, we'll go to Cliff Bottom. Hang on, are you... Nope, that's just death. Okay. You wait right there. Go crazy. Kind of thought there'd be someone else here waiting. I knew it. This, considering we have root stuff here, I don't remember. I want to say Cemetery Shade. And none of these little idiots are in a group, so I can't even utilize them to fight each other. Yep, this is the one with the patrolling omens. Because you can drop down there. Yep, I remember all this. Was one of these walls fake? No. Yep, because then there's an omen that kind of walks around the outside. And I think you have to go down that way to actually progress in the dungeon. Because this, I want to say, is a dead end. There's the sleeping omen. Right in the nuts. Imagine laying on your back and someone comes running in like this, dragging essentially a squiggly hook and just racks you right in the nuts. Now's the time. Haha, attack your friend. Okay, I kind of wanted you to live a little longer than that. But sure, I'll take it. And this is essentially Eiji's mask. Or no, it's not essentially Eiji's, it's a different one, the mirror helm. Though it is similar. Too bad it... I mean, it's okay. Oh, you almost got through the Assassin playlist? Yeah, that... Boy, that was a long run. I think every other run I do in Inquisitor is way shorter. But I still put out hundreds of videos. Do I want the mirror helm? It's heavier. Yeah, we'll wear it. I never wear this. I do like the look of it, though. That was the wrong button. Yeah, I gotta get out of this armor. Sadly, everything I find is worse, and I don't have the endurance to wear anything else. I can't remember if there's a Nox armor set. I know it doesn't match the mirror helm. Let's try you go crazy. Fight each other. Please. That was the whole point of this experiment. It's such a cool mechanic that you can make these guys go crazy, but they just don't do it half the time. Or they don't fight. Or it's just a bad situation. Ooh, scythe. I forgot that this was where the normal scythe drops. What's your scaling? Nah, C dex, that's not bad. But I don't really want to switch off Death's Poker. Stats come second. Honestly, with how Souls games are, yeah, they really do. As nice as your stats are, you can just kind of get away with not caring. The scariest invaders are always the guys who are butt naked with just a weapon. I remember the first time I ever encountered an invader who did that. I was just like, why is this guy not wearing armor? And then I got my ass beat, and I'm like, oh, he's insane. Okay. Yeah, the scaling does go up, as does whatever I assign to it. I'm wearing him as a hat. Yeah, it usually is someone who's just like giving themselves all their really jacked stuff from their other characters. It's like I talked about it last time or the time before, getting a guy who invaded at super early level with dual sword of Saint Trina, so the sleep swords, and I was just like, myself, the other guy who got summoned, and the host, we got clapped, and I was like, this sucks. But you can't. Okay, you can find ways to mitigate that. It would have to be like, I don't know if they still do it, but I know DS2 had soul memory. Which was a bouncing factor, but then I think you'd have to incorporate like your gear level into soul memory. So it's like, oh, you have 2 plus 10 swords, that costs however much. We're going to tack that on to your matchmaking to put you in a proper thing. But then I think you start to get bogged down in how many factors play into your matchmaking. And it only really matters for PvP. If you're just teaming up with randoms like I like to do and just help people, it's irrelevant. Especially higher level stuff. Like anytime I fight Bale, it's just me getting beat senseless. Bale, Promise Consort, Radon. That's really about it. Oh, Erdtree Burial Watchdog. Yeah, I probably should have guessed that. Yeah, there really isn't a way to stop people from just moving gear around and beating people senseless. And that's what sucks too, is even when they added like arena, people just still did invasions. And I understand when it's like a fair invasion, when you're doing like fair and watchdogs. Okay, yeah, you're showing up to fight in this area. As long as it's a fair, reasonable fight, but people sweat way too hard. The only way you could really balance that out would be to more or less say, like, hey, even if you fail, you get kind of a point contribution to your next Covenant item. But then that runs the risk of people just invading, jumping off the nearest ledge, and cheesing it that way. People will always follow the path of least resistance, no matter what it is. Which is always rough, because it invalidates a lot of stuff. And I know DS3 for Covenants, you could just farm items. I did that. Except for with the Covenant that you fight, you invade people in Anor Londo. I actually did do, well, air quote, did do the PvP. I just hid and let people get sniped by the knights. I did do one instance where I sat on one of the narrow rooftop bridges and used rejection to knock people off. It was funny, and I felt really bad doing it because I was like, this is scummy as hell, and I've had it done to me. It feels good to be able to do it to someone else once, but I'm not gonna keep this rolling. Yeah, the Dark Moon Blades, that's what they were. I I really liked the Mound Makers. I just never understood their point. Like, oh, they can be friendly or bad. Look, if someone's summoning the purple guy, it's just to beat him senseless. It's not gonna be like, oh, maybe he's a friend, he's gonna help. It doesn't matter. I tried to be friendly and people were just like, he's not yellow, get him! It's just like, oh, okay. Sometimes I'd even just try to survive long enough for an actual invader to show up, and then I'd jump the invader. I wanted to live up to the chaos of the mound makers. Rune Bear, please stop. I really don't want to fight you. Not out of, like, a sense of mercy, but out of you terrify me. Oh yeah, Lutel. Ah, I hate this fight. Man, that went way better than my first time. First time this dude stomped me. But I guess having Death's Poker and knowing jump spam works is kind of the trick. Why is my helmet... Why is it doing that? That feels really ominous. It's just like, oh yeah, your head's glowing red now. It shouldn't be. It's not normal. Heads don't make that color normally. Red is the bad thing happening color. God, I remember when this came out, I ran this dungeon so many times with people. I could do this thing practically blindfolded. And the number of hosts who got just wiped by skeletons. Actually, it was just by the skeletons. They didn't know about that guy. Which, to be fair, I think it's this dungeon and maybe one other dungeon has that guy actually summoning skeletons. Like, I love the Necromancer kind of guy, but some of these enemies just feel like a last-minute addition of, what do we do to make this dungeon stand out? Let's tie him to this thing. Yeah, Rosa's axe. Maybe I'll actually level it and try it again. I hate axe reach. Oh, actually, that's not a bad reach. It's no Death's Poker, though. Ah, I missed it. Stop shooting me. Need to hitch a ride. Wish you could get their special torch pole. Would people use it? No. They don't even use the normal torch pole. Understandably so, but people don't even use torches. Let's be real. They just use the sentry one. And And you are the Black Knife, I believe. Hey, I can summon D. Sure. Give you essentially your quest battle. Oh yeah, this one I think doesn't count for normal summons. Now to run it again. Do I have... I should have 13 grand. Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely do. Barely enough. Okay. One more level. Then I can finally use Magma Shot. Yeah, it was such a dirty move for the developers to put a normal skeleton. So you come in, you're like, oh, okay, I just have to hit them, and then they die. And then you get the necromantically animated ones that just keep coming back. And people are completely duped and like, oh, why isn't he dying? It's like, because it's not the same kind of skeleton. I'm gonna go back up to kill this guy. Actually, because I think there's the drop down. Yeah, I can take the drop down to somewhere. Oh yeah, I also have passive healing on that. Yeah, we can wait a second. Nah, that's enough healing. If I die, I die. Hole ahead. Thank you. What would I do without such nuggets of wisdom? That was really messy. But, doesn't matter, we won. Oh yeah, big crab. Just because I can. Making back all my FP. Or as much as I can. I'm probably gonna end up having to drink a ashen flask anyways, or cerulean tears. They're all the same. I will always screw the names up no matter how many times I try. What's my favorite class of weapon? So, I've always liked the katanas, but always like washing pole, like the super long ones. Great katana, I think, is really fun. Wish it was earlier in the game instead of DLC. Otherwise, I like curved greatswords. I think they just don't get enough attention. Usually it's just like, hey, here's some crap we don't care about. Like, you have Bloodhound's Fang, and that's really the only one people care about. And it's such a bummer, because the idea of a curved greatsword is cool. It reminds me of like a Kopesh, and since we don't get those in this game, or ever, it's the closest thing. Same stuff to her name? Yeah. Yeah, this kind of sucks. Wish I had the FP to get Ispan out, or not Ispan, Engval out immediately. Ah, I got gooped. Oh, well, I'm dead. I should have just drank the potion, or drank the mana flask and gone for it. I'll do it this time. Because Engval will just beat everyone and I'll be fine. I hate Cemetery Shades just because of that stun. But I will be fair, at least it's not the only enemy who does it. I just always hate anything that removes control from a player. It's like when games introduce like a fear mechanic that makes you just like run away from enemies. It's like, no, please don't remove my agency as a player due to an ability. It's really inconvenient. And it's not the cool trick you think it is. But to be fair, how do you introduce fear in a game then? Only one I can think of that did it kind of right was Borderlands 3, and that just made your weapon spread super bad the more fear you had built up. I mean, for a game like this, you could do fear as like an armor reduction. Yeah, that's the thing with the Cemetery Shades is they do die fast, which is kind of their balancing factor. It's like, yeah, they're annoying, but if you just land a few hits, they're gone. Which is really why, as much as I complain, I can't complain, because they are balanced. You just don't expect a glass cannon boss. In a game where there are bosses who fire off practically a nuke at you, having a guy who's like, if you hit me twice, I will implode. It's like, are you sure? That doesn't sound right. I'm the one who usually implodes in 2 hits. Oh, it's not my head, it's in my thigh. I also love how some of these arrows, they're not even properly scaled. It's like this, it got bigger. I have been pierced with essentially a harpoon. Please stop that, I'm trying to make a point. That's not an archer, that is a man with a ballista. Like, if you want to be Big Ballista Boy, that's fine, but then do it. Don't lie to me and be like, I just have arrows. Like, sure, man. Air quote here, arrows. They gave me their point. Yeah. Point received. Using cover in my fantasy game? Oh yeah, there's a whole tree up here I can hit up. I don't remember if the tier's good. I think it's mid? Or it's just not for my build. Walking mausoleums are so cool, but also just so random. like, oh yeah, we have these ruins that are scattered throughout the world that are actually part of a city that's like back in time, falling from the sky, and we have mausoleums with legs. Okay, sure. You also had a dude who shoved his severed arm into a dragon's head and got to breathe fire. Why not? Has there always been two? I don't remember there being two here. I'll take it. You know, it's cool. I can find a use for them. Just not expected. Of course. You would actually aggro on me. You know what? Get him, Angval. Or not. That's cool too. No rush. Okay, now this should be easy. Drink that, and rock. Still better cover than martyr. Real. Can you aggro on my summon, please? I understand I am far more deadly. Ooh, we can squeeze in a quick ghost blade. Wahoo. Oh, those are actually pretty good. Because those are the damage negation ones. Do I ever use them? No. I use more or less the passive healing, the like general damage negation, and that's it. Even though I think the thorny cracked one is the stagger one that people say is really good and everybody uses for like the soul level 1 spike fist runs anyways. I don't think I can make it to the Eye of Sauron without dying. And there isn't anything of value to me up there, because it's just the spell and I'm not doing faith build, so it doesn't benefit me. When was the last time I did co-op in it? Oh god. I think I played once with a friend. and then I just gave up because I couldn't find people. I would try to do like session joining, and there was just no one. It's just like the clan system that game has. I could not find a clan that was alive, and that was only like 2 years, I think, into the game's lifespan. And it was already kind of, at least for me, dead on that front. So I just never really bothered. I was just like, whatever. It's a single-player ARPG then. Which that's always kind of a difficult thing of like, how much multiplayer do you want in a kind of looter game like that? Because like Diablo 4 has it all over, and I just got real sick of multiplayer. Mostly because that game was not optimized well, and you had to load everyone's gear inventory when you dealt with them, and it was like, why? If you have to swap their appearance, let them disappear for a second. I don't think anyone's gonna really complain. Ooh, I could do up here. Yeah, we'll hit the 4 belfries. I think there's a giant up here. Or he's in the forest. One of the two. Would I do a co-op run? Maybe? I don't know. I usually don't... I just... When it comes to doing like streaming and stuff and general gameplay, I just don't even really do co-op that much anymore. Outside of something like this where it's drop in for a little instance and leave. Do I want to fight him? I could. He's not going anywhere. If I really want to fight him, I can come back. Hello again? Oh yeah, the imbued stone sword key. I did get one of those. Don't know where you go or don't remember. Please be good. I think this one's a bad teleport. Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of a bad teleport. Oh god. Please don't throw things, you hurt. Is there anyone besides this guy below me? No, but I really don't want to drop down. Can you just, like, step a little to the left? Thank you. Ah, crap. Also, he seems tanky. Or, well, he's tankier than the other guy. Please stop running away the second I cast. FP is a finite resource, and you're making a mockery of this whole situation. I really just have to go down there. Alright. Phalanx, I would say don't fail me now, but you will. All that for just the Pearl Drake Talisman. Alright. I don't know if I actually have... No, there's a chest. There's a chest that has another imbued sword. I was like, I don't think I have any extras. Those weren't exactly easy to come by. Yeah, I'm out of those. I'm just trying to think, because there's one that leads back to the starting grafted scion, who I don't really care to fight. And the other... Where does the other go? I can't remember. I want to say it's good. Because I think that's the Farum Azula teleport's the worst teleport. But there's 4. Where's the 4th one go? Yep. Yeah, so it's just the chest has to have, I think, 1. Oh, the others are in Ray Lucaria. That's where they are. I remember. Because I think 1, just before the elevator up to the boss, is... If you go left in a side path, there's a bunch of crap, and I think there's a stone sword key there. Okay, what do the magic signs have to say to me? Boss ahead. Okay, yep, so that literally tells me precipice of anticipation. Then where are you? High spot, crumbling land. Okay. Oh, yeah. Never mind. I was like, I only see 3. Where's my 4th belfry? It's just behind. You are the one I need to know where you go. I think you I want to go to. Because I think this is to Noxtella? Or Nocron, one of the two. Yeah, Nocron. The Crucible Knight. Who I don't think drops anything useful for me, but neither does the Grafted Scion. I think it's like a paired set of swords. Those are a little bit of faith requirement, I want to say. I missed the DS3 pair weapons. Those straight swords you got just outside the Nameless King fight, or the dual katanas Onakiri and I think Obadachi. I love I think it was their heavy, charged heavy. They jump and then slash in the air. It looks so cool. Or the twin spears, or the twin Drang maces. Even though those maces did not have an appealing moveset. It's just like, what do? You bonk. It's like, alright. Little on the nose, but whatever, I guess. Don't know what I was expecting. Man, he just knew I was coming. Bad trade. I'm regretting this decision immediately. You know what? Fair. I had it coming. I'm just gonna come back, grab my runes, and get out. I may or may not come back later. When I have more health, more intelligence, a way stronger weapon, maybe just like a Glock, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I love about this game is the world is so just fun. And I love how diverse it is. And that also that feeling of exploration when you realize like, oh, I can go anywhere there. I can go up there. I can go up there. I remember the first time I actually went down the elevator to here and just seeing like the stars. I was like, this is so cool. This is such a brilliant design. I love it. And then you see a lot of Western fantasy games, and it's just like, you're in standard blah medieval town. It's like, okay. Anything else to go with that, or are we just in blah medieval land? I could go through Shifra. That is an option. And realistically, I'm probably leveled for that. Yeah, let's monkey around in there for a bit. It's dense. Yeah, it is. That's the other thing, is I think it's interesting. It is a very dense environment, but at the same time, it can feel very open. The only environment that I have a problem with was in just Shadow of the Erd Tree. The layering, I thought it got a little annoying because it felt like that map would have been a nice size, but they just decided to just stack everything. And there were points where I'm just like, I don't care to find a way to jump down 3 cliffs to reach here. I'd rather just fight through a dungeon or run along a path. Because it feels so good in this. Right, the island. I was like, what am I doing over here? Where am I trying to reach? That teleporter... Are you the other Dragonkin soldier teleporter? Maybe yes, maybe no. No. We're just at the opposite end now. I mean, it works. I gotta be here anyways. That is golden seed. Ooh, 3. New flask. I want to say also that the loot here is not worth it. Because I think every time I come down here, I do this same thing. Come get this. Oh, stone sword. Stone sword key's okay. Not the greatest, not the worst. Not gonna catch me freaking out over it. I do think they had bigger plans for this part of the map, though. just because this little camp back here is so out of the way that the whole time I'm like, what were you planning here? Because just being like, oh, here's a rune arc, like, really? You designed this whole path up here into this little camp for a rune arc? My guess is this was supposed to be for a trader. They put it in, testers were like, yeah, I never found that guy. And so the devs went, we gotta move him. And then it became the matter of, well, what do we do with this campsite? We can't really undo it. It's built into the geometry here. And there's like, just shove something in. It'll be a random loot thing. If you find it, cool. If you don't make it too good. Which I would understand that. That's a reasonable thing to do. God, I just love the look of that. Such a good environment. Camera, why are you doing this? Oh yeah, there's the... Can't really reach it from here, but... Dungeon... Hop... I think it's like down along here. The one with the covetous serpent. Or what do they have it in this? It's not the covetous serpent ring. Something similar, but it's the rune gain one. Scarab. That's what it is. Everything is a scarab in this game. I actually really wondered the same thing. Because I feel like they've kind of backed themselves into a corner with the Dark Souls franchise. One, because DS3 ends with the world being recycled. And two, you have Elden Ring. They got way more people in the door with this game than they did any other of the franchise. And now you have that issue of like, okay, people are expecting an open world game. We can't really go back to a really linear setting, or people are going to get pretty butthurt. And yeah, they could go back to other games like Armored Core, I was happy with Armored Core 6 because I've wanted an Armored Core for so long. It felt different than old Armored Core, I will say. Whether that's good or bad, it's kind of a toss-up for me. But they could definitely look at some of the older stuff. I'd love a new Bloodborne, but I think it's just going to become Elden Ring in England, essentially, or Victorian Elden Ring, which isn't a bad idea, just they might get kind of burnt out trying to create these big environments. I am curious about the Duskbloods. Oh yeah, I can definitely understand people raging with AC6. Some of those boss fights. Old AC games felt like it was just like, hey, here's the boss, shoot him a bunch. It's like, okay, yeah, I can do that. And then 6, it was, hey, I hope you know mechanics, my guy. If not, you're gonna have a hell of a time. There's no power leveling to be had here. I could see them allowing a Bloodborne, but I think, from what I heard, the reason the remaster didn't go through was because FromSoft said no. Which I could believe if Miyazaki really wants to make another one. But I think he's kind of stuck waiting on Sony, and Sony's, at least for the sort of foreseeable future, still on this live service kick. Because they gotta make that money back somehow. I'm not looking forward to Fair Games. I'm still shocked that's in development. You know what, dude? Fine. Come down here. But like Fair Games, I don't see an appeal to it. Marathon, I just wasn't feeling that either. If that was PvE, I would play it, but just chasing the standard PvE extraction shooter trend, I was like, nah. You lost me. This doesn't stand out. It's just another one. Read in chat, run into a wall. We'll hit you about here. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is Sony had to see how successful this game was. It was selling crazy. I know it sold over 20 million copies. At that point, I would have been like, "Hey, Miyazaki, let's get on Bloodborne 2. How much do you want for it?" Because you should be capitalizing on the hype this game had around it, and two, someone's gonna pick them up. Look at the Dustbloods. Nintendo was like, "Hey, you want to make a game for us?" I don't know how it's gonna be. It seems like it's a bit of a departure from other Souls games, but it's something, and it just puts, if Sony wants a project done, it just puts it further into the backlog.
Ooh, oh, a customer.
Yeah, the DLC got nominated. I have never heard of a DLC getting nominated for awards before. And I remember people were mad that it got nominated. They're like, "Oh, why does a DLC get nominated for awards?" I'm like, "Because it was good. Because whether you like it or not, there's still a lot of hype around this game." And I think a big thing too is these games are made with a vision in mind. And I think a lot of games have lost that because they're trying to appeal to everyone. So it's like, oh, well, we gotta make everything accessible to everyone. That sucked. And as a result, you make it accessible to everyone, but you lose people. While for this, it was like, yeah, big Dark Souls. Okay. It's all the same mechanics as before, all the same challenge. You just have an open world. I don't think anyone can really fault that idea. Ah, please. My runes. Hey, Tao. Yeah, accessible to everyone is interesting to no one. Because it doesn't grab people as easily or hold them as long. Every game that I know of that has like a hardcore player base is to some degree niche. I like to use it. It's popular, but well, it was popular at a time, but it still has a hardcore player base. Age of Empires 2. There are people who still do tournaments to that today. A game that is, I think, 24. No, it's older than that. I think it's like 26 years old now. And every other attempt at RTSs tries to dumb down mechanics, and it clearly shows like you just have to have a good base. It can be niche. That's why there's still people who play Command and Conquer 3. Okay, man. Yeah, sure. I love when guys don't get staggered. Do I have... Yeah, I should just... I'm putting on Glintstone Arc. I should have had that because I can just wing a few of those. And we'll put Magma Shot even though it's not ready. Man, just thinking about Command and Conquer makes me sad though. every so often we get a new CNC, and it's just like, hey, remember, Command and Conquer Generals? Remember Tiberium Wars and Tiberium Sun? Well, here's a mobile game. And it's like, oh. We could have just not had this. And then every time, too, the game comes out, no one plays it, and then EA quietly just removes it from existence. Is like, yeah, we don't talk about that one. But the next one will get them. I swear, like, signing off on games these days, people have to be compulsive gamblers. There's no way you look at these and be like, hey, the odds seem to be stacked against us, and yet you still just sit down and just like, let it ride. Sir, this game's $400 million and we don't think it'll make the money back. Let it ride. This could shutter our whole studio. Let it ride. It's like, don't, please. There are families at stake. I quickly realized I wasn't getting back. After that jump, I was like, I don't think I can return this way. And I don't remember if there's a way back or if it's just a, hey, idiot, go teleport kind of deal. Are you the map? Yes. Okay, cool. I gotta remember how I get up there. Oh, it's the fallen pillar up to the top. There's a little ledge, and there is a teleporter up there. Or maybe that I do have to... Okay, so we go up here. We drop down here. Oh god, that drop. Yeah, that's a horse drop. Yep. Now I remember. Now the Memba berries are kicking in. I was just a little too overzealous to get out. I wish archery was a better build in this game. I would actually play as an archer. But every time it's just like, yeah, your scaling's awful. You have a lot of tools at your disposal, but you got 99 of each. At best. Okay, now where's my ramp? There it is. Don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. Yeah, the exploration is so good. I love finding like a new ledge, and it's like, oh yeah, if you drop down to this, you can find this. Like, wait, really? Even when it's just like you find a nook behind a waterfall and you get just like garbage for loot, it feels cool to find it and be able to mark it down and be like, yep, okay, that was something I wasn't expecting. Or you see something like this in the distance and you're just like, how do I get there? Um, I could sit here and glaze Miyazaki for his work. He has done amazing work with just the games he's worked on. Even DS2, that wasn't him, but I do think DS2 deserves a lot of praise. Please. Even though I can't use the spell, I just want it. I've seen people say if you use Oracular Bubble and then combo it with the gravity spell we're going to get when we go to Raya Lucaria, you can yoink someone into it. I was like, huh. I've never thought of comboing gravity magic at all. If it's not Stone Sling, I don't use it, so I'm going to have to try it. Where's my creativity? Yeah. I am a very simple-minded person. It's just launch spell, hope they die. I still wish Clayman Magic got more options. Because I think it'd be cool if they did like it's a Monster Hunter thing, but like the soaked debuff. And then make it so they take more lightning damage. I'd like that. It adds, once again, a little bit of a build choice. I would absolutely use that either in my usual Int Faith builds or teaming up with people. I think that'd be really fun. Rude. And rock. I think he ran back into the remnants of the ghost flame. I also really do like stuff like the dragon halberd. Like I said earlier, the frost lightning, I think is such a cool, where is it? It's such a cool idea that did not get enough support. Because we get one spell, 2 weapons that can imbue with it, and that's it. And I don't think there's anything else up here. I think this is as much as there is. Ooh, need that. That's a good find. We'll go fight the ancestor spirit. Ooh, and 29k we can level. I get my magma shot. Yeah. Which will be good because I think Ancestor Spirit's weak to fire. I think they're both weak to fire. It's not like this one or the other one. That would be really confusing considering they look identical. Oh, it's a plant. I thought there was a Stake America and I was like, here? Why here? I think that's too far out, but... Ooh, that's good. Fair. I had that one coming. And is that another for... Yeah, it's enough for another level. That worked out perfectly. I'm lazy, I'm just fast traveling. Yeah, health. Because with the talisman, I'm at least up to 30 Vig. Which is more or less where I want to be at the moment. But I'm going to call it for tonight. I will be back tomorrow with Jurassic Park Evolution 2. I haven't played a Dino Park simulator in ages and felt like it. See if we can prevent people from getting eaten by dinosaurs or let them. I don't know. A little bit of workplace hazards is always... It keeps people on their toes. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people come back for... Probably because of the update for KF3. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you guys for swinging by. It's always appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you later.